It's Friday, my dudes.
Good morning, we talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Where in the hell is that coming from? Hold on, I think I found it. Don't mind it. All right, there we go. Effing YouTube.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning. Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Everything, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school. Internet.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, I'm afraid of course, that there is no dark matter out there. So what? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And a TGIF. Happy Friday. Everybody, we've made it. Either to the end of the week or the end of the downfall of America, I'm not sure. But we've made it one way or the other. Morning, fellas.
Howdy.
I have no idea how this sound is. When YouTube started playing in the background because it wasn't muted, and I started the show, and so YouTube's playing in the back, I could hear it. And it sounded way low. So I went and checked, and all my levels are all jacked up. So I don't know what's going on with the sound, but it's
you sound good in my ear.
Oh, well, good. Hopefully it's going out halfway decently. I don't know what the hell happened, but for some reason, well, I do know. It was an OBS update. It was a God-blessed OBS update, and now nothing's the way it was from Wednesday.
Like you do.
You think I'd
like you would.
Like you would. Oh, you've got 10 minutes before the show starts? Sure, Josh, go ahead. Update everything and see what's changed. Just assume that everything's going to be exactly the way you left it after the update. That's good thinking.
So I learned something very interesting.
Well, that's good. My favorite stuff to learn.
That's always a good thing. Yeah.
Richmond, the city, does not set in any county of this state.
Some of that Virginia stuff.
Yeah. I had never heard of a city not being affiliated with a county. It's weird. They have their own.
How can the country's capital not be part of the country it's in? I mean,
yeah, it's so weird.
If you want to get out to it,
they've got like bunch of different, I think 4 or 5 different police forces. They have the Capitol Police that are also here in Richmond, Virginia, like the U.S. Capitol Police. They have the FBI. They have like state police there. They have city police, but there's no county sheriff. They have a city sheriff department. Never heard of that before.
Yeah, no, that's all weird shit there.
And I thought it was because it's part of a commonwealth, but that's not it. There's no difference. It's just the only difference between a state and a commonwealth is the name.
That's not entirely true.
Well, that's what Google told me.
Well, there's they have like a huge fund that people pay into, sort of like taxes. And that's what's considered the commonwealth. And you have a commonwealth fund. Sort of works like taxes. This is the way I understand it. I've never lived in a commonwealth. But I've had that question myself as to what's the difference. And I think that's what it is. It's similar to like a tax. But then is added. I don't know. It's just called something different. To the best of my knowledge.
But I love Virginia. It's beautiful up here. Weather's nice. I don't like being so close to the ocean. I'll tell you that much. At only like 400 feet elevation. Eh.
Now it's just even proximity, huh?
Yeah, well.
Even the ocean might be able to backflow into me. That's too close.
Yeah. Yeah, I like being at least 800 feet up. Remember that map back in the day that the Navy put out? That said the rising water levels, the U.S. would look like this?
Just saw it.
You had to be at least 450 feet above sea level, or else you would be underwater.
Yeah. Well, I had a map before that map came out. There was that period during the, I guess it was early 90s, maybe late 80s for sure. Let me think about the dates. I must have been older than that actually, so it's probably mid 90s. They had that whole like run of ancient prophecies, and people were just first starting talking about that 2012 would be something, not 2000, and just all that was starting to kind of kick off with like these actual specials on like on TV. This was back when it was still real TV. Everybody was like NBC, I think, put out one. That's what it was called, Ancient Prophecies. And so it went through all this stuff, different, like end days prophecies from different versions of people's histories and different indigenous this, that, and the other, and the great white buffalo stuff, and like you pick it, they went into it. And one of them went into this guy, I remember his last name, Scallion something, Ed Scallion maybe, and he kept having dreams and visions and being visited by, like, you pick it, holy people, Mary, Buddha, whatever, a bunch of different holy people visiting him, telling him this is what the earth will look like after this big inundation that happens. And it was a map, and I saw it at a convention one year and thought, might be a good thing to have one day in case you need to get around and there's different water that you didn't understand was happening. Plus, I was in Louisiana, still am, and it was gone. So there was that little piece of fun. But yeah, it's still floating around in this house somewhere. Actually, I think it's behind the bedroom closet door that stays open all the time. It's in that back of it where you open the door and it's in the corner, and there's a big gap back there. I think that's where a bunch of my like old movie posters and that huge thing is. I wonder if I can find a picture of that. Let me look around. Give me a minute. Talk amongst yourself.
You see all the layoffs? Some of these companies, I think UPS was like 40,000.
Yep.
Bunch from Amazon.
Hundreds of thousands. Yeah, it was like, maybe Amazon was anticipating like 30, and they just laid off like the first 14,000 people. Now, if that's not
so bad that
yeah,
none of these companies hired me. I applied to all these places.
Really?
They're doing layoffs right now. Oh yeah. I am so blessed. A lot of them are white collar workers too. AI is taking over their jobs. I don't know if AI is ready for that. You think we're going to see any big oopsies, or we're sorry, it's the AI's fault?
You mean like, I don't know, kids getting talked into suicide, or, you know, maybe, I don't know, things like that?
Oh yeah, what if they just decide to start sending out whatever they want to people?
Here we go. I still can't read it. God damn it. So this is an updated version. I got mine in, like I said, like 96, I guess, and it had different coloring. It didn't have the actual topography, mountain ranges like built in. It was just drawn. And then that's what I was going to say. There's all kind of other stuff on his map, like centers. Like some area becomes the spiritual center of what's left of the world, and another area becomes something else. And that's what all this writing is that I can't make it clear. And this is the only one I found with his stuff, and it was Gordon Michael Scallion. I did have the Scallion part right. But as you see, this was all supposed to take place in the late 90s, early 2000s, and so far it has not. Thank goodness Zack's keeping that force field up around himself for us all, because I'm sure it's big enough to cover us all. I've seen Zack near water. Actually, I was shocked because, you know, I tried to get him out where I did my video of the sun and the seeing too far and all that. A few times I made videos out there on the coastline and he didn't want to go. But as soon as I got my buddy set up to get us on a boat, him and Hank piled on in and we had a blast.
Yeah, those were the boundary waters, though. You couldn't really see the ocean from there.
Yeah, true. True.
That was beautiful. Those trees out there.
There it is.
If you've never been down to southern Louisiana to see the cypress trees, isn't that what they are?
Oops, sorry, I lost my mute. Yes, that is correct, sir. I could bring up pictures that I don't have them handily or easily available.
Ancient trees. I mean, if you could talk to a tree, you could hear some stories from these trees. They are ancient.
They'll listen to you.
One of my best pictures I think I ever took were there.
Yeah. That's the folder I would find, but I don't want to spend it. If I can casually like look around and find it, I will, but I'm not going to spend the next 2 hours digging around for it like I normally do finding something.
So tomorrow's the 1st. I saw a lot of states are, I think 26 states maybe, are planning on funding their EBT through the state.
Yeah, that's what's happening in Louisiana, according to Landry. Or it was. Now I see he just posted a new announcement about the benefits coverage. So I'm hoping that's not them backing out of it, because I didn't think our state would be one that might try to cover it because of all the stupid shit my state pulls in response to the other stupid shit that goes on. But yeah, seems like that's what they're doing, unless this new announcement today is him backing out of it.
So you reckon that's coordinated? Hundreds and thousands of layoffs and unemployed people flooding onto the unemployment rolls just as food stamps run out?
Mm-hmm.
Just as our president decides to send QRFs to all 50 states, 500 troops, a 500 troop quick response force headed to all 50 states, just in case. What's the worst that could happen? You know, it's a story of my damn life. Be careful what you ask for. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
Feeling from Walmart, and the other customers were stopping them.
Oh, yeah.
Not Walmart, not the police, other customers, because they weren't stealing just food. They were stealing electronics and clothes and this and that. This one guy came up and rammed his cart into the other guy's cart. He's like, "Did you pay for it?" And he's screaming at him, "Did you pay for it? Yeah? Well, then pick it the fuck up if you paid for it. Why are you leaving it on the ground and walking away?" Oh, you could tell. People are getting pissed at this shit.
Well, nobody
People
wants
are
to
out
pay
there working
$20 for a gallon of milk because we got to pay for everybody stealing shit.
Yeah. People out there working their asses off, not being able to get SNAP, but still not having money, you know?
Yeah, I don't get $3,000 a month in food stamps. I have to pay attention to my grocery bill. I have to go without buying some things that I might really want just to make sure that I'm going to have enough money for that week and all 4 weeks of that month.
And it's something like 60% of the money that food stamp recipients spend is on sweets and soda. It's like $9 billion a month to the Coca-Cola company through SNAP benefits. I'm sorry. You don't get to drink Coca-Cola. All right? Drinking Coca-Cola when I was a child was a delicacy. We didn't have it in the house. That was like if you got to go out for dinner.
Yeah, that was a treat.
That's a
treat. And if you came across one in the fridge suddenly like there and you opened it and started drinking on it, you get your ass chewed out. That is not for you. That was for whoever's coming over later or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it definitely didn't just sit in the house as a regular, like, oh, I'm thirsty. Let me grab a fucking 12-ounce can out of a box. It was always, like, special, and they were bottled, and, yeah.
Yeah, no, you drink water. You drink the water that comes out of the tap. I had to do that for 6 months one time when money was tight. 6 months of nothing but water. You know, you do it. Yeah, it's crazy to me, the entitlement of some, and I think most of it is people wanting to get views, but some of them seem legitimate. Like, it's your job. It's the American people's job to pay for my kids to eat. It's like, what? No, it isn't. That's your job as their mother or their father to make sure they have food. Yeah, the entitlement in this country is just disgusting. And the saddest part is they have no idea how good they have it here in the United States. Like, not having a job and being on those government assistance programs, making $0 yourself, you're still like in the top 5% of the world as far as wealth. And you want to bitch about living in America? Then leave. I think we should just offer all these people $50,000. If you want to leave the country, here's 50 grand to get started and a plane ticket. But just leave, and you're never allowed to come back. We'll buy your citizenship from you. You want to buy it back? It's going to be $2 million if you sold it. I'm getting sick of this shit, man. Okay, my rant's over. I'm sorry. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm
I need
still
another
torn.
coffee.
Still torn. I think I would. Well, it's kind of like going to jail. The old adage of letting 10 guilty men go free as long as one innocent man isn't jailed. Kind of the same way. Like, I could totally get on board with getting rid of the sweets and the sugars and all the other stuff. But I don't see how you could ever put a kibosh on the fraud. The fraud will always be there. So you have to ask yourself, is it better to have fraud and starving children, or is it better to just feed the hungry kids and try to mitigate whatever fraud there is? And that's sort of the way I am. I'd rather feed families that don't necessarily need it in order to make sure that I am definitely feeding the families that do. Because I just don't see any other way around it. Short of getting women out of the workforce.
Yeah, and it's near impossible to stop the fraud when all they have to really do is just lie. You know, they just leave something off the form. The person who gets the form, they don't know that person's lying to them, you know? Oh, no, this is my only income. I'm not going to mention my boyfriend who also lives with me, but we just won't say that, who makes $5,000 a month. Because I don't feel like I should have to pay for food. We'd rather go on vacation 3 times a year with that money. We don't want to spend it on food. See, that's the stuff I can't put it. That should be a criminal offense, in my opinion. That's fraud. And it shouldn't just be, oh, well, you don't get food stamps. No, it should be, no, your ass is going to jail. You're going to prison for a couple years to work off that money. Thank you, Daz. Yes, I think I will be an awesome, grumpy old man one day. Me, Josh, and Walt sitting on the front porch with our shotguns.
Fucking A.
Telling everybody, get on out of here.
You can't ride a bike like this. Oh,
yeah, I don't know, man.
How about free lunches at school?
I like that.
I do too. I see zero reason we can't provide every motherfucking kid a free lunch at school. No reason.
Nope. I always thought it was weird we had to pay for our lunches.
Does seem weird. The school's going to come in and take complete responsibility for us and our bodies, except when it comes to actually feeding us and sustaining our life. In which case, you do it or you go hungry.
And I'm not even upset about the whole breakfast thing either. How they'd have, you know, a little breakfast for the kids when they'd get there. A lot of schools were starting to do that because a lot of them get on the bus at like, well, it was out in the country. So, you know, they had like an hour and a half bus ride before school started.
Isn't it?
And I didn't mind my taxes going to feeding kids breakfast when they got there. Even if it was just like a little granola bar and a bowl of cereal or something like that, you know, a milk or juice or whatever. I'm all for that. Feed every child that we can. No child should be hungry in this country. Man, that whole Richmond, north of Richmond song, Josh. I can't get through singing it without starting to cry.
It's crazy, isn't it?
The line that gets me every time is when he's talking about the men putting themselves 6 feet under. Because the damn country just keeps kicking them down. Ooh, I get chills every time I say it.
Well, as far as all the fraud and all that, wouldn't it be like cool if they would invent, like, I don't know, a way to electronically track money and they would know, oh, they got their couple grand for the month of food stamps, but they bought banana cookies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if they could track it, like if it's like, I don't know, maybe electronic money. Oh, wait.
Like a digital ID?
Agenda 20. What is it? 23, 27?
20.
I don't know anymore. I'm being dumb. I know what it is. But yeah, I mean, isn't that part of what they're trying to do is track everybody's money so they'll know what's happening. So you can't have any private transactions any longer.
Yeah, if you get food stamps, you just take an automatic 50-point hit to your social credit score.
There you go.
Hell, I'll go on food stamps just to say I am. Just to get that hit.
Get that, get that lick.
What a world.
So, Banner in chat is saying they have dinner tickets over there. Is that the same as food stamps? I'll look it up.
Yeah, he just said our
I don't know.
diner
Elton
tickets
John
are the
used
same.
to have a song called "Meal Ticket." Got to get a meal ticket. And when growing up, I didn't know what that meant, except that I had a meal ticket for our little lunch program or whatever that I had to give to the lady, and they'd tear off a little stub of it. And I'm like, "Is that like a meal ticket? What is this?" Because I didn't know. He's from another country and singing about stuff exactly different than my country stuff. So I didn't know what a meal ticket was.
And just thinking about that totally brings back memories. I remember the little yellow punch card. That's what you'd buy at the beginning of the week for your lunch money, and they'd give you a little yellow punch card. And each lunch you'd get, they'd come through and punch out a hole. Punch out your Tuesday slot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there used to be the stamps.
I forgot they moved up to the punch cards after it. Yeah, they did. You're right. After the tear-off thing.
Yeah, we had the tear-off ones when my mom was on. We only got it for like 6 months until she got her raise at her job. But I remember before that, dude, it was getting scary. Like, she was selling off all her antiques in the house. And then I remember we were at the grocery store, and it was the day before payday, and we had $3 for me, her, and my little sister to eat. And my mom didn't eat. She said she wasn't hungry. But we made it, and we got through. And you see these fucking 200+ pound people. Oh. Bitching about not getting their food stamps, this and that, while there are hungry people out there. So they can buy their Coca-Cola and can spend their money on getting their nails done and their hair and pay for that new truck and sorry.
There's Allison Briscoe. How you doing, Allison? Good to see you there. Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm like emotional right now. I don't know what's going on.
It's because 31 Atlas is parked next to the sun, and the Solar Maximus is kicking off, and today is when we all are going to turn into blue alien light and ascend. Or at least that's what the YouTube videos keep telling me.
Nice. Been waiting.
You know,
I sure could have used a blue alien light transformation on Tuesday. Fuck.
What happened Tuesday?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing in particular. It just seemed like a pretty good arbitrary day to do it.
That was the day. Okay, cool. I thought maybe there was an event you ready to escape from.
Oh, I never need an excuse to turn into a blue light alien.
To turn to go blue light, right? I did see a video go by last night about how NASA cut the feed right as it got closest to the sun. You know how they do to build up their alien agenda card.
Did you see they said that it lit up right as it got behind the sun where the Earth couldn't see it anymore?
Yeah. It lit up. It transformed into a robot, danced a jig, turned back into a comet, and came around the other side. It was amazing. If we could have just seen it.
Just seen it. Uh-huh. Yep, oh my.
Ian says his blue light blocking goggles stopped him from changing. Now me, I just removed all the church bells from the town, so I don't have to worry about it. What else?
I'm trying to say hey to everybody finally again. I got back to chat. I got sidetracked. Look at that dude. Speaking of aliens that just popped into our chat.
What up, Dave?
What's up, Dave himself?
Yeah, he's still crushing it.
Yeah, dude, never stopped. Never stops. Fucking energized flat earther.
We went out to dinner last night with the other crew, and I had my Flat Earth Farm shirt on. I was just waiting for one of them to ask. And before they even told, she didn't see my shirt, but she had mentioned, because we were talking about how the government lies. We were talking about 9/11, she's like, now you guys aren't one of those that think that the Earth is flat, right? And I just stuck my chest out and pointed like, oh my goodness. So I just asked her a couple questions like, hey, do you feel like you're moving? And she's like, what? I was like, well, the Earth is moving 66,000 miles around the sun. Sun's moving 2.4 million miles around the Milky Way. Her eyes just started getting big. I was like, and the Earth is spinning 1,036 miles at the equator. But yet, do you feel like you're moving? And she just kind of looked at me. I was like, not everything that we've been taught is true. Just use your common sense and your God-given senses. And go out and look. Then I started explaining the curvature and this and that. And yeah, they weren't flat earthers, but they weren't like knocking flat earth either. You know? It definitely got them to think about it a little bit. Because just going and saying the earth is flat is one thing, but going and explaining why the globe is retarded is another. Knowing all the numbers, you know, people look at you different when you can tell them how big the earth is, how fast it's moving. All those little things that I have in my brain from the last 10 years. Yeah, people tend to start, you know, maybe give it a chance. Instead of just someone coming up and saying, yeah, there's flat. And, yep, that's it. Just look. Just look. You know, that's not going to catch people's attention nearly as much. And she brought up gravity. And I explained, well, according to, you know, MIT physics professor Walter Lewin, that's just the moon going around the earth going around the sun going around the Milky Way. That's gravity. Here on Earth, and she's like 26, I think. I was like, I don't know if you've ever seen an old television with the tubes and all that stuff, but when the sun was coming through and there's a bunch of dust particulates in the air that you could see, and you would turn that TV on, all those dust particles would suck to the TV screen because there's a high potential in the air of electricity, and at the screen, it's grounded. I was like, well, you turn that TV screen to where it's facing up, and that's Earth. and everything gets sucked to the ground through electrostatics. So yeah, I don't know. Next time I see her, she works like an hour away from me. So this is the first time I met her. But I recorded, you got to show that video if you can, Josh. I shared it in IRONWORX yesterday.
I will.
But just another day at traffic control. And there are some characters up here in Virginia. This guy riding around on a bike, white wall tires on his bike, boombox thing on the back, dancing, singing real loud. Oh, it was great. I got a couple different videos of him. I just dropped the short one, though, in the chat. He came back around a couple times. Oh, man. But yeah, I like Virginia. Virginia is beautiful. Reminds me of more a lot like home. I mean, it's still real hilly here and stuff. It's not flat like Indiana. But the trees are a lot more similar. You know, it looks like fall around here. Everything's red and orange and yellows and, you know, the whole spectrum of leaves when you look out. But down south, there's a lot of them that stay green all year round.
Yes, sir. Yep. I mean, we do have the handful here and there, especially this far south, that do, you know, change some slight, maybe a little red here, a little orange there. But the first time I went to Oregon, taking Mom and them out there, it was just as all that kicked off in Oregon. And I mean, Oregon's as pretty, and people come there to see the trees change just like they do in New England because of the color. And dude, literally, it was like God had just taken out his paintbrush to the hillsides there on the fucking mountainsides and all those like vineyards that just stretch off for miles up into all these hills and small low-lying hills, you know. Dude, it was like unreal. It was like a fucking, that's video graphics, you know, that don't even look like reality. It's so beautiful, the colors and just so many, you know, you think yellow, orange, just maybe some red. No, it was like a fucking, like I said, just like a paint box had been strewn across the earth out there.
Yeah, if you've never seen it, you can't.
There's no way to even explain how it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially not seeing it regularly, like I don't here in South Louisiana, where it's pretty much green all year. If it's not green, it's dead looking with no leaves, and you know everything's gone. There's not much color variance during the wintertime here, or the fall, or whatever.
Yeah, it was on some
even up north Louisiana, it doesn't do it. You know, you got to get up in a few states up to really appreciate the color change.
Yeah,
just a generic color change, let alone like what goes on in Oregon and out in New England.
Yeah, we actually got off somewhat early yesterday, so when we were coming home, it was still daylight out, and we went, I forget what river, but the bridge was like big enough to let big boats go underneath it. It used to be like a drawbridge type thing that would open up to let bridges go through back in the day, and they just made it like 200 feet tall. So I got to see, like you were talking about, Walt, all these trees and all this stuff from a bird's eye view, just for miles and miles. And it looked like you said, God just took a bunch of different paint things and just splattered them all over the place. Just patches everywhere. Oh, it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that, Dave. His sixth hacker to try to get into his Facebook account.
I think I watched the first two. But Jesus, if you're at 6, it could have been 3 and 4 for all I know. That's friggin' insane. I love that you can at least get them online, have a conversation with them. All right, Zach, I'm going to share this video. I don't know that you guys here on the call will have any sound.
Okay, Walt, you got to turn it up then. Go ahead and turn up the
Okay, hang on. Let me go. Yeah, I got to go do all that. Go ahead, you can start it. I don't want to hold up waiting for me to diggle-daggle around here. I'll get to it.
Nope. I gotta adjust my audio again. Like the first time I watched it, it didn't play any sound, and I thought, well, that's strange. Oh, it's probably just a setting. I'll go adjust my sound settings. So I did. Now it's still not right, or not right again. So let me just go in here and adjust.
And what's funny is now I'm hearing everything you said again because I turned the audio up.
Well, shit. I don't know how.
Well, while you're doing that, hey, David, while you're in chat there, at some point in the not too distant future, hopefully before the holidays, we're planning on kicking off our Friday afternoon, having a spear show here again, which we kind of let sit on the back burner because we do this show early in the morning 3 days a week. So once we fire that back up, we'll definitely be reaching out, seeing what you're up to.
Hell yeah.
So put that in your mental Rolodex or whatever you want to call it.
All right. I think I found sound.
You got it? All right.
I think I got it. We'll see if you guys can actually hear it, but I don't think you will.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shit.
That's a little sideways. Maybe I twist it.
Okay. Have a nice bike, dude. Have a good one.
See, you can't ride no bike like this.
Were y'all in Australia? I mean, in like, I don't know, somewhere on the equator yesterday? Is that one of the videos like that?
Which way?
Ah, that's great. Great.
Just another day at traffic control.
Okay.
Yeah, he came around a couple of times. But yeah, I didn't want to like hold up my phone and be like, hey, I'm going to record you. I kind of just tucked it under my arm. Oh, man.
Okay. Have a nice
Yeah, he was,
Have a good one.
the audio, oh my goodness. I wish you could have been there to hear him, how loud he was.
So was he playing that music? Was he the one playing Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah, that was coming out of the little speaker he had on the back of his bike.
That's insane.
Yeah. White wall tires. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, happy anniversary, Dave. You and Paige have a great
I was
day.
looking for my mute button just for that. Happy anniversary. Give Paige big hugs from the Iron Realm crew for sure, man. Y'all celebrate the fuck out of it.
May there be 20 more and 20 more after that.
At least 20 more, right? Very awesome. Thank you for hopping in here on a day where you've got a lot like that going on. Because I know you're running by our president like right now going, oh shit.
Maybe I can paint a rock.
Right. It's coming from the heart that way.
Yeah, they say behind every great man is a great woman. And Paige is awesome. I've met Paige
There's
few
a
times.
pegging joke in there somewhere.
Hey, give it come back to you. God, voice cracked. Oh, that's another name I haven't seen in chat for some time. What's up, Schlamiger?
I have to go in and warm up a little bit.
Yeah, winter got here. I'm wearing my sweatpants, got my heater going over there. I hope the noise isn't coming through. I don't think it ever has.
Probably couldn't hear it over all my bullshit anyway.
But yeah, it definitely got winter here. I actually, well, that's not the only reason I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I had an unexpected visitor, but when it got to be heading towards 40, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get out of a pool.
Did your period come? What do you mean you had an unexpected visitor?
Trippy McGee.
Gotcha.
He hadn't been over here in a minute. He called from his mom's in town, so I went over there, and then we wound up coming back over here around cash feeding time, and it was like, I'm supposed to go to the gym right now, but it's cold and you're here, so I'm not. If he had not been here, I probably wouldn't have either, just because, like I said, I didn't want to come out into the cold. It's supposed to warm back up a little bit coming up the next week or so, but right now it was definitely in the 40s when I got up. And again, I know, wah, all you people that already have snow, but I live in the South for a reason. For sure, it's definitely not because of the, well, it's not really because of the weather either. That's a lot to do with it, though. That's why I never moved to Oregon. I couldn't stand freezing in the wintertime, in the summertime, let alone trying to imagine living there in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out. Oh, it's been crazy out there, but Chicago too.
That toddling town?
No, the ice raids at these ice facilities and stuff like that. The people protesting. It's I don't know. It's crazy. Like, do you just let people walk into your house? Just come on in. We won't even say that, all right? Say you're $37,000 in debt. Not 37 trillion like we are as a country, but just 37,000 as a household. You're in debt. You can't afford to feed your family. Are you going to let people come into your house and take your food? That's kind of what we're doing as a nation. 65,000 CDLs. Not just driver's license. There's been hundreds of thousands of driver's license without even names on them, given to these people from states like New York and Illinois and California. California alone, 65,000 CDLs to people who should not be driving even a car, but you're going to put them in a fucking semi. Oh. And then they pay them nothing, next to nothing. That's 65,000 American trucker jobs right there. Those are good jobs. Truckers get paid well. But when you allow illegal immigrants to come in and get paid under the table, jack shit, you're taking from American workers. And I understand. Most of these people out here protesting are all older and retired and don't have to worry about this. But do you think your Social Security is going to be there forever if we keep doing this?
I stopped counting on having any, two decades ago. Can't.
Yeah.
There was a guy at my work who was supposed to retire. Well, who was going to retire in April, but has a bit of a drinking problem and may not make it that long. But yeah, the way they keep pushing back the age at which you can collect that Social Security just shows that chances are it's not there now. I thought they'd passed a law when they originally created the idea of Social Security. Said, look, once you put it in there, it's in there. We as the government can't touch it. It's not ours to touch. It's yours. You contributed it. That's your money. We will not even be allowed to touch it. And they just raided the shit out of it. And like I said, I'd be surprised if there's any there at all. And they're just using their deficit spending to pay Social Security to cover up the fact that they've already spent all of that Social Security money and it's gone. So as a result, now instead of retiring at 60, why don't y'all work till 65? Well, we can get squeeze 5 more years of tax paying out of you. And that'll be 5 less years we have to pay you for Social Security. And so it's a win-win for us no matter what. You just go ahead and now you don't collect until you're 68. Matter of fact, now that you're 74, you can go ahead and start collecting on that Social Security because you're really going to enjoy your 81st birthday when you can finally collect that Social Security. And that's just for the boomers. Me, like I said, I don't think I'll have any. I don't think there'll be any left in those funds to give me any sort of Social Security. And by the looks of the stock market, my 401k is going to be shit. Huh. But what did I see? Even crypto's down. Even my Bitcoin's down below $110,000. It's 107 last I checked.
Well, I know it's not only the governmental side of all this age thing. They keep pushing back. So when I was a younger person and was approaching middle-aged or whatever, and I would see all these places where, if you're 55, you'll get a discount here. And that was cool. I couldn't, not that I couldn't wait, but I knew once I got to be 55, at least I get a little cut off my Subway sandwich or something. Well, now it's 60. Now that I'm, older than 55. And it has been since I hit 55. Pretty much every place that I used to know I could get a discount, once I got to 55, it's now been pushed up to 60. So even socially, they've been pushing back. And I don't know, I guess it's one thing to look at age in a positive manner in that, well, you're only 55, you're not old enough to get a discount, but my grandpa got it, And then a part of it probably is the whole media, cultural, TV commercials with grandma out there playing tennis and whatever, trying to show that people aren't young. Aren't old like they used to be. They're I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. Y'all are funny. Yeah, definitely that idea of the active elder and all that. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but yeah, it definitely is an ageism, reverse ageism. I don't know what you would call it. It sucks, though. I'm not getting my damn discounts unless I lie and they don't check my ID. I'm not saying I'd lie to get a cheaper hamburger, but
what do you mean you want my DD-214? Fine, I guess I won't take your military discount.
I used to think 30 years old was old, but now, like Alex says, 50 used to be old, and now I'm about to be 58. Or hell, I'm about to be 59. God damn it, I am old. And I know as soon as I hit 60, they'll push it up to 65. That's the part that I didn't get to yet. Yeah. I'll be 60 in a couple of years, and they'll go, oh, yeah, no, it's 65 now to get that discount.
That said, I think AARP started sending me shit like 12 years ago.
Oh, dude, I've been getting AARP for a long time. I will say this. I don't know what its original thing really was supposed to be about, but once I got to an age and was like, if they'll give me a little something off my whatever, why not? Let me try it out. They're offering a free whatever year and a tote bag. I'm kidding. I didn't get a tote bag, but usually there's some kind of offer like that, like the banks used to do. So I said, fuck it. And I sent it back to start my free whatever. And, because they've been sending me stuff in the mail for a few years, like you said. So once I signed up, guess what they started doing? Sending me stuff in the mail.
Nice.
More stuff.
Score.
Yeah. Here's more insurance you're never going to use. Oh, you got a pet? Well, here's some very expensive fucking pet insurance you'll never use. Oh, you never go anywhere on vacation and don't have the money to afford it? Well, here's all kind of great discounts on these vacations you're never going to take. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. And I could be wrong if I'm not living it right. I'm not living the AARP life correctly. But yeah, I'm definitely under impressed with the offerings on deck there so far. And I did, like, early on, there was like an app, and so get the app and do these things and get these points. And I'm like, I do this on my guitar app. I do this on my whatever app. So far, I've got a bunch of reward points and not a fucking thing to do with any of them on all those other apps. I'm pretty sure that's where we're headed here with the AARP app as well. Wait, I can buy a chance to be in a drawing for a whatever that I'm never going to get with my reward points. My reward points get me an entry of a contest that I'll never win. Yay!
Yeah,
that's what happens on the guitar site. Go ahead.
So you're going to be the proud winner of a 5% increase on your airline miles.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how the guitar stuff works. You bought a $500 guitar. Well, here's a coupon for 5% off a purchase of $180 to $190, $199 over or whatever. Thank you.
Poor Laura.
I'm old and I bitch a lot. Yeah, we're going to be some grumpy old bucks. We definitely are.
Poor Laura. She didn't even get a chance to be 27. She was robbed of the opportunity because she spent that entire year thinking she was 28.
Some would say be glad you weren't a member of the 27 Club.
I was going to say, there are several people who missed that year entirely. At least you did make it to 28.
Man, Cuba got slammed with that hurricane.
I mean, that dude sucked. That movie War of the Worlds sucked. Oh, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, and that was Ice Cube. That wasn't Cuba Gooding. Never mind.
Yeah, we're going to help Cuba out.
What was the death toll? I keep saying, well, it's going up, but I never see a number, which I thought was kind of strange.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one here either. No numbers at all. A couple years were in there, but yeah, those poor people.
Daz, if I had one Bitcoin for every failed flat earth crypto, I'd have lots of fucking Bitcoin. Yeah, we had like millions of flat earth coins once upon a time.
Millions of them, and they just all evaporated.
Gone. That said, just as a quick callback, it does seem like there would be a real easy way to connect a blockchain to a fucking EBT card and have a constant running record of everything and everything you've ever bought with that EBT card. And if they can just exclude alcohol from being rung up, I'm sure they can exclude all sorts of stuff from just being rung up with it. So if they need to put limitations, they can add their limitations and still have oversight to make sure that there's no strange things going on.
Well, they kind of do now. I mean, in a sort of way, really. Because I've watched many people in front of me with their cart full of groceries while I'm counting pennies to get my couple of bags full and bitching because, like, well, how come why I gotta pay cash for this soda and cookies, and because they're not watching the news or paying attention, they're just riding the meal ticket. And when it suddenly is like requiring cash out of their pocket, they lose their fucking mind in front of me and make me stand there an extra 10 minutes while they dig around or put all that back or re-ring everything or whatever the fuck. So it's definitely starting that way anyway here in Louisiana.
Oh, it looks like the English royal family's having a little tiff.
They finally booted his ass out, I saw.
Yep, King Charles strips Prince Andrew of his titles and evicts him from the Royal Lodge.
So what's going on there? I don't care, but tell me anyway. I just don't pay attention to the British stuff. I got enough shit to deal with in my own country. What's going on with all that?
Philip's one of them kid diddlers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So what did he do, and like, what did he really do for them to hang him out to dry, I wonder?
Got caught.
They're all diddlers.
Is
that what it was? He just got caught?
Yep, he could no longer have plausible deniability. So now they could no longer have plausible deniability.
Right. So they had to
cut ties. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it was nothing that they wanted to do.
Andrew will be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and not as a prince, and he will move from his Royal Lodge residence into private accommodations.
What was that second name? Andrew what?
Mountbatten, Mountbatten. Yeah, I've never heard that one.
No, I don't.
Sounds like one he made up himself. I'm sure there's something dirty in England that means.
Yeah, they're saying all this follows revelations about Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh. So, like a ruler in a country with associations to Epstein, and suddenly they're being brought to task for those associations?
Plausible deniability. As long as you can maintain plausible deniability, you get to stay in the White House.
Photos.
Or wherever.
And flight records and letters of friendship. None of that counts. I'm not looking at Trump. I'm just asking general questions here. General questions, that's all.
Now, I'm not sure who said this. Oh, they're saying this is the king. These censures are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. So because he won't admit it is why he's doing this. Their Majesties wish to make clear that their thoughts and utmost sympathies have been and will remain with the victims and survivors of any and all forms of abuse. Oh, isn't that sweet of them?
We're sorry.
And how much would you be willing to bet that this is really just all about a family tiff?
Right.
He's mad at his brother because his brother got the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip when they were 4 and he didn't, you know? But yeah, wasn't that so sweet of him talking about the victims and their sympathies have always been and will remain? Oh my goodness.
Laura says you never go from foot to mouth.
Oh.
Laura says you never go from foot to mouth.
Wow.
So, FTM action.
So they're going to still pay the troops, which is very important.
Did they finally fund them? That's nice. They funded the troops, but not the SNAP benefits, huh?
Yeah, they're going to tap into multiple funding sources, it says. Tapping into 3 separate funding sources.
I did say they had a private donor drop us some money not too long ago. And if they distribute it evenly amongst the troops, everybody gets $100.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's basically what it came down to. Yeah, it was literally everybody got $100. As if that's really going to help out anybody. Right.
Yeah.
It'll fill your tank up. Sweet. You bought the entire military a gas tank of gas.
Yeah, I was talking with the guys yesterday about that, about the size of our military and what we pay for it, but I do like the fact that I've never seen a missile fly over my head. I've never seen enemy troops in my town anywhere, ever. That's not everybody has it so, nice and safe. There's a lot of places around the world that people do see missiles dropping in their country. Things like that. Shit, it's happened in England back in World War II. I couldn't even imagine the terror that you would feel on a daily basis. Now, I don't mind my taxes going to a strong military that keeps missiles and bombs and troops out of this country. I feel very safe here. And not everybody has it so nice. Now, do we need to spend as much as we do on our military? Probably not. We spend more than it used to be the next 26 countries combined, but China and India, and there's been a few that are spending a lot more now. So I think it's like the next 9 maybe militaries now. But we're still way up above everybody else. But yeah, I feel safe here. I will say that. I like not having, invading forces to worry about. Yeah, I can't post. They'd kill me if I tried to be a politician.
I'd vote for you, Zack. I'd go start voting again just for you.
I'm going to write you in to spite you, Zack.
Just a bunch of write-in votes.
Uh-huh.
But no, in all reality, I think people shouldn't run for office. They should be nominated by other people. And I know that's kind of how it works, but at the same time, these people want these positions of power. I want the person who doesn't want the power.
Want it. Right. Of course, then they don't do it anyway if you give it to them. But yeah, kind of like a Teacher of the Year nomination thing. You got to earn it, not just being a family or a whatever.
Yeah. But no, they'd kill me. I'd be dead. I don't know though. Nowadays, with all the senators and congressmen doing their clickbait things, and I mean Ted Kennedy, or not Ted Kennedy, I forget his first name. I think he's your senator, isn't he, Walt? Down in Louisiana?
I don't know.
He's hilarious, man. Old guy, he cracks wise and jokes, and Hawley, Senator Hawley from Missouri, Josh's senator, he calls out some stuff. But no, politics is a joke to me. It's a big popularity contest. It's prom king and queen, this bullshit. People voting on feelings and emotions and have no idea what these people actually, are voting for or claim to even vote for or claim to want. Most of it's, well, I like them because of the way they look. And I'm sorry, that's not an informed vote at all. That's how we got where we are today.
You mean like, let's vote for this dude because he was in a movie with a monkey, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, somebody like that would never be president, would they? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got to check and see if we got our rooms again for the night. I will be right back.
Coolio.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's up, Andrew B?
I'm only calling in because I think this topic is very hilarious to myself, only because I'm still trying to figure out how to run for president in the next election. But I know I'm not going to win. I'm just going to do it as a goof. Basically just trolling the political system, if I'm even good at doing that, which I've never done. So here's a hypothetical question. If each of you, or any one of you, Josh, Walt, and Zack, were actually the president of the United States, what would be your first action? What would be the first thing you do, regardless of what you were talking about and blah, 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 of the campaign? What would you do?
I'd go all Willie Nelson. All Willie Nelson in 1972, and I'd head right up to the fucking roof and light a joint. Smoke a joint on the roof of the White House.
All right. I can't blame you on that one, but like policy-wise, it's a very open-ended question.
You're right. In this hypothetical, what's the economic situation like? What's the political landscape? I mean, these are all things that I think would definitely influence sort of policy.
All right, so let's just say that the candidacy happened yesterday, and you said there's one thing that Josh Corey is going to actually.
I'm funding EBT.
I want to talk about that too. Okay.
Wait, something happened in my ear. What would you do?
Fund EBT.
Oh, okay.
Fund it?
Yes, fund it. Give it money.
Oh shit, we're on opposite spectrums.
Yeah, but I grew up with Sally Struthers as on the commercials.
What is that?
Oh, come on, man.
I saw lots of commercials of starving children as a child. So I've got a negative connotation to starving kids. So yeah, I would probably fund EBT. Think of how many applicants and EBT recipients are just the parent of a household of one or more children. So it's not just the recipient who's buying ding dongs and soda, but it's kids. And maybe it's not ding dongs and soda. Maybe it's fucking apples and chicken. But whatever the fuck it is, now you've got starving children because they don't have any EBT. And even if it's, like I said, 10% of the recipients actually need it, and that might be a little bit low now that I'm saying it out loud. I don't know that I'd go for that. But even if it's half and half, if half of the money that I fund to EBT goes to people that are abusing it, I think that's a price I'm willing to pay to avoid starving children. What up, Rico? Yeah,
When it comes to this dying heart type of a situation, then I don't know if I can get on board with, because there's starving children. It's like, well, what about the parents? What are they doing? Is there any responsibility associated with why
You
those
mean the
children?
parents who put in endless applications and can't get a job right now? Those parents?
Essentially, yeah. Or refuse to get a job and just want to suck off the government.
There's quite a few who do want a job and are trying to get them and can't. Like, or at least in my state, that's happening.
They can't
quite
pass
a
the
bit.
drug test.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
actually-
families that really want to provide for themselves, and I've heard something about them wanting to make people start doing like road work for their EBT. Have you heard about this yet? Like they're already doing it in some cities.
People need to serve a certain amount of hours or whatever to be able to get their stuff. Yeah, I've seen that. touted
Yeah,
about.
hey, I'd be game for that kind of thing. Like That's fair. And by the way, Andrew, you got my vote, and I've never voted before.
I voted once, and that was during Barack Obama versus, I don't know, some other white guy. And I literally, you can write in your vote. So I voted for Donald Duck. That's the only time I ever voted, only because I wanted to see actually how. But when I was in high school, I actually had to do, like everyone has to do it. It's 30 hours of like community service kind of stuff. And one of the things I did was work at a voting booth, which was super easy, but it was really fucking trippy to find out. Like, I could have just taken their vote and just ripped it in half and put it in my pocket.
Do you mean like you supervise voting stations? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it was for the George Bush Jr. There was like 3 old people next to me. They have nothing else to do. That's what they want to do.
Right on.
I mean,
hey, Andrew, this was a coincidence. I was logging on to say hello, and then I heard your voice. So I'm going to let you have the floor back. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. I'm about 3 weeks into my family passing around this foot, hand, mouth disease thing, and
that sounds kinky as fuck, dude. What are you talking about?
Doesn't it?
What's happening?
You never go foot to mouth. Never go foot to mouth.
The guy that names diseases took the day off that day, I guess. Because that's the worst name for a disease.
I joined in because
I'm the only guy that didn't get affected, but that means I'm the guy taking care of everyone.
All right. Well, it's not my show. It's not your show. It is their show. So I was only joining in for a short moment, but I will have something very funny to show you.
Before you said that, I thought it was our show. But either way, I wanted to say happy Halloween and everyone have a wonderful and safe weekend.
Yeah, make sure you're not drinking and driving, at least in a lot of places.
Well, no, in every place, don't drink and drive.
Nowhere should you be drinking and driving, for the record. Iron Realm Media does not endorse drinking and driving anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm going to tomorrow or today.
Oh, goodness.
I don't give a shit.
Friends
The
don't let
opinions
friends
of Andrew
drive.
B. and do not reflect those. So.
Friends drive with them. But anyway, go ahead, Andrew. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, your call-in thunder. And I love you guys very much. And hate that I missed. Actually, you know what? I was there Monday. You guys didn't do a show Monday, did you?
No, we didn't. We did not. It was an audible was called late Sunday night.
Yeah, it's okay. My lawyer is gonna contact you about that.
I know. That's what I said. We our social contract, we're definitely losing points in our social standards.
All right. Well, I'll see you three. Andrew, I'll see you later. And to the audience, much love. And I hope everyone
y'all
has
feel
a good
better,
weekend.
man. I hope the family feels better soon, my friend. I don't have any kind of clue what to tell you to do in response to that poop and mouth disease or whatever.
It's a lot of topical ointment. It's just little blisters on their poor little feet and hands. And
well, then I do have something. It's called Derma E. It's their tea tree oil and vitamin E cream. I highly recommend it. In fact,
Where
my
can I get
son's,
that kind of thing?
It's
Hey, you know what?
available
I'll
from
message
your
you-
big
I'll
box
message you after the
store
show.
and your order online big box store. And you should probably get it from the order online big box store that starts with an A and ends with a Azan. And
ends with a Azan.
yeah, they have it a lot cheaper because some places it's ridiculous, like 30 or 40 a jar, but they only have it for like 16 or 18. It's worth the money. I wouldn't like even not at all. I wouldn't even recommend it, except that it is like it's what I put on every cat scratch now instead of like the normal ointment that most people put on a scratch when they get it that's got antibiotic bad stuff in it. You know, this stuff like will make a cat scratch into a dried spot that's ready to scab off and come off within a day, 2 at the most, rather than a
I
week.
could use that on my ankles anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
for,
by the
like,
way, the mouth
topical
part
things.
is usually comes packed with fever blisters. We haven't had an issue with that, but
Good.
that's definitely what they have. But either way, much love, guys. I just want to call in and say hey. And Andrew, funny meeting you here. And talk to you guys later. Have a great show.
You too, brother.
Thanks,
Love
Rico.
you.
I do want to take a minute and give a shout out to Pavlo.
Pavlo.
I'm playing music. Y'all probably can't hear it. It's all right. Just a little Silver Shamrock going on in the background. We can talk over it. It's not a problem.
Mrs. Tribune.
I wondered why you brought him up. I really did, and it hit me when I heard the background music. Like, yeah. I watched that the other night. Sorry, Andrew, I'm all excited because I watched Season of the Witch a couple of nights ago and thought about that song and our good friend. But until you played it, I didn't put it together. My brain is not quite working this morning yet. But yeah, definitely
I'm
should.
confused. I don't smoke very much.
Pablo's a like super good friend of the show from back in our TFR days, like Truth Frequency Radio, and he's been around. Once he couldn't do the early morning chats any longer and all the time, and dealing with his family stuff and all that, he still continued to support our channel from long distance and even not being able to be in the chat and all that. And he just was a huge supporter and friend of the show and greatly missed having him around.
Not be at all surprised if there was at some point he was listening to this show. It wouldn't surprise me if he was still a listener.
No, I wouldn't be either. That's why I sent out the love, because yeah, he definitely. And so that song became like a calling card every Halloween that we all loved that Season of the Witch show. I don't know if you ever saw Halloween 3, the one that didn't have Michael Myers in it.
Dawn, I don't think he has seen it. You have to explain to Dawn what it is.
Yeah, so Season of the Witch was actually a movie that was written that had absolutely nothing to do with Halloween, John Carpenter, Michael Myers, any of that. But the success of Halloween and Halloween 2 made them scramble to come up with a Halloween 3 movie. And so they had this property that was already written that was a story about, oh my goodness, I don't want to spoil anything because you can see it for free right now. It's on one of those free streaming channels. And go watch it. It's really enjoyable. But the plot really doesn't like carry you through with Michael Myers or his family or any of that. There's like, yeah, I don't even spoil any of it. Like literally, I'm not going to spoil any of it. Just go check it out and enjoy it.
In regards to movies, I'm going to say this. There's a movie that came out, I guess it was based upon a Stephen King novel. It's called The Long Walk. Even though IMDb gives it like a 7 or 7.1 or something, which is, no, that movie is fucking terrible.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, so don't say anything about it. And I'm going to tell you about that here in a second. Go ahead.
All right.
So continue.
Well, if you've seen The Squid Game.
I have not.
Okay. I didn't.
They stole it from Stephen King, though, if that's what is going on.
Yeah, probably. It's like a really,
it's 100%.
That's it.
100%. That's what happened. Because he doesn't. I mean, he didn't. Yeah. So here's what happened. Stephen King was a huge name in the horror industry. But as with a whole lot of authors, he had stories in him both prior to his fame and fortune and even concurrent to his fame and fortune that were definitely not his typical fare, his typical storylines. And so with that idea, he began to write these novels and novellas under a pseudonym called Richard Bachman. And so once his fame got to a certain level, he decided to go to his publisher, or I mean, he may even went to a different publisher to throw people off, but they published what were called the Bachman books. And one of those was that novel, The Long Walk. And the first novel that was published under the Richard Bachman pseudonym was a book called Thinner. which we owned because we were avid readers. My family, mom would get us books for Christmas, literally. And so we had the hardback version of Richard Bachman's Thinner. Read it, and as soon as we started reading it, we all were going like, well, this is Stephen King. There's no fucking doubt Stephen King wrote this. What the fuck's going on? We knew it was Stephen King's writing because we read every book he put out during the 80s. And so doing the research, people went back through bank records and checks and signed and all, and that's when it became known that Richard Bachman was actually Stephen King's pseudonym. So that they then released 3 other novels, and I say novel in a, air quote, because Stephen King novels are quite lengthy. The book thickness is considerable, 3 and 5 inches across. But the Bachman books were more mainstream storylines driven at a more mainstream market with a lot less size to them. So they were quick reads. So they literally could put the 4 novels into a book, call it the Bachman books as one volume, and sell that, which they did.
Wait, hold on. What is his pseudonym again?
Richard Bachman. Yeah.
Richard Bachman. Okay. I've never heard of that. Okay.
And so the books that were included in all that were that story, Thinner, which became a movie that wasn't terrible, but wasn't great. A book called The Running Man, which became a movie that was horrible and had absolutely nothing to do with the actual story. The story was phenomenal and great. Great story, The Running Man. The movie with Arnold was horrible. And Richard Dawson and all that shit, and Jesse and all them. Terrible movie. Terrible. Great book.
They're remaking it right now. They already made it.
Well, hopefully they're remaking the original, like they're remaking the Bachman book, which would be great. Not the Terminator movie. That would be great. The story is phenomenal. It really is. It's all about the government shit and people helping each other in spite of government overwatch. And yeah, it was a great. Like I said, all those books are good Stephen King novels. You just didn't know they were Stephen King until later. And that one, The Long Walk, scarred me as a young person reading it because of its content and the story. And again, it's not like I couldn't ever imagine how they would turn that one into a movie because of how the story is presented from here's these kids that are forced to walk. Spoiler alert, here's these kids that are forced to walk, but it's all about their inner turmoil and what they're going through and helping each other through it and fighting each other on the way and why they're there in the first place and all that shit. That's what the story is, which is usually what it is with Stephen King books. It's the internal character struggle that makes the story what it is. It's not the boogie monster hiding in the closet. It's the boogie monster hiding in your mind. So anyway, I went way off on that too far because I loved the Bachman books. The only one that I don't think that got made into a movie is one called Rage. And now that I say that, it could have been made into a TV movie or something like that, a cable TV movie or something back when they first launched it. Rage may have been a movie. But anyway, yeah, those books were really exceptional. Not quite the usual Stephen King fare. And just really well written. Now, it really sucks that you're telling me the movie sucks because I was excited to know they were finally making The Long Walk into a movie. So I'll probably watch it anyway just to see how bad they fucked it up.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just put it on 1.25 speed or something.
Whoa, okay, it's that bad. I did say watch it fast, get it over with.
I watched it on clicking forward 15 minutes at a time.
Wow,
the same fucking movie.
I hear you.
It was, yeah.
Is it actually streaming, or is it you watched it on one of the?
I can give you a link to it.
Torrents. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
drop
torrents,
it. Just drop it in here. Yeah, drop it here. I'll try to maybe do that. Usually, by the time I figure out how to actually stream a torrent, it's back. It's on streaming.
By the time mine gets seated and by
the time I can do it, it's already on.
Walked to the nearest Blockbuster and bought it.
Right.
All right. So I've got a question for everyone, and even people in chat. What is the craziest Halloween costume you've ever dressed up in? Because today's Halloween.
Cool. Well, since Halloween used to be my Christmas, I've had quite a few over the years that were exceptional. I guess the craziest was one year, and this was when I was like, my child was, Quentin was probably 8, 7, maybe. We were living in Vicksburg. I was managing an arcade that still existed in a mall there. And because I was part of the mall and we always had a display window and all that, I went all out and had like a pumpkin that was about probably 3 feet tall that we had carved out. It took about 3 days to scoop the guts out and get it carved. Got that in the window, had all this kind of crazy stuff going on. And my family, my brother and his wife showed up unexpectedly for a visit. Not really, they were coming anyway, but it was just the timing of Halloween. And so growing up, we always went nuts for Halloween. Even after we were too old to do Halloween, we would still dress up and go out and terrorize the younger kids in our neighborhood with, not chasing them and hurting them, but just being foreboding and not talking. Like sitting and being quiet in front of somebody in terrifying makeup is a lot more scary than chasing them going with the chainsaw making noise. Quiet is always scarier than loud. But that's what we would do, is go terrorize the younger kids in the neighborhood in our get-ups. But yeah, doing like applying, like we would literally take a mask that we bought that was cheap and turn that into a mold for latex appliances. So we would then pour into like the eyebrow area and like use that on our eyebrow, or pour it into the chin area and use that on our chin. And so then we'd make like zombie flesh hanging off of our own faces and, go to the thrift store and buy freaking old suits to dirty and cut up like they've been in the grave. I mean, we would go overboard, so pick a year. That was a crazy costume. Let me see if I can find some pictures. What about you, Joshua L?
I was sitting here trying to think exactly one of the craziest costumes. It seems like I vaguely remember, and this would have been mid to late 80s. And it was basically one of those goofy costumes where you have I'm riding on the back, and I think it was like a scary clown, or I don't even think it was a scary clown. I think it might have just been a clown. But that was about the craziest one I can think of.
But wait a second, you were just a young kid.
Yeah.
So that's the craziest?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well,
Means like I just rubbed dirt on my face and, threw a bindle on my shoulder. And, I'm a hobo.
Zack, what do you got? And then I'm going to tell the story that I have. I am not proud of this, but either way.
Oh, God.
I will tell it.
I don't know, Zach, are you available, or are you in process of going to work? I missed if he did take off. I guess that means he's busy getting work stuff happening.
No problem. I will tell you the story. And
what did I just do? Sorry, I'm looking for pictures. No, I've messed up a folder. Go ahead, sir. I'm gonna mute up so I don't do that again.
No worries. I got done with my third deployment to Iraq, and it was about a week before Halloween in 2005 or 6, something like that. And I decided that I was going to go just balls deep with this costume contest that I found out was happening at this bar and billiards and darts place right across the street from our base in SoCal, Southern California. So me and my buddy Martino, Dominic, we go down to the mall, we go to Spencer's trying to find like the best and most provocative types of costume contests, because it was $100 in cash and we could drink like the winner could drink free for the rest of the night. All right, no problem. So, long story short, I found these big fake tits at Spencer's in the mall. I was like, all right, cool. So I bought those, and it had a shirt, like a little mini shirt on it. It said "Wild Girl." All right, and I already had a wig that I used from like a previous thing. It was like an 80s hair metal wig. And then I also went down to the Next, which is the Navy Exchange, like their version of Walmart, whatever. I went into the little girls section, and I bought a skirt that was actually able to fit me. And I bought tights. I wore my steel toe boots, and I bought a pack of condoms. This is back when I used to smoke cigarettes. So I also did that, and I just tucked them into the tights themselves, the nylons or whatever they're called. And I also bought makeup. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, and then hair beads, like these little hair beads things that like girls can put in their hair. It's like pretty stupid looking, but yeah, I bought a packet of those as well. And then my buddy Martino, Dominic, he was drunk as drunk can be.
Wait, Andrew.
And yes, sir.
You blew right over a very important part. Did you do your own makeup, or you just buy it?
No.
You just bought makeup?
No. I was just about to get to that.
Okay.
So I had the makeup kit, and Martino was. I went over to his barracks room, and I said, "Hey, dude." He was playing Xbox or something like that, getting ready to go out. I said, "Hey, put on my makeup." He's like, "I don't know what the fuck to do." So he just put on makeup like all over my face in just like really weird ways. So yeah, I looked like a very trashy whore.
That was going to be my question. That was going to be my guess. It seems like every man who does makeup just makes her into a whore.
He put it on with his finger. He wasn't even looking at me for half of the time.
Like a dirty raccoon.
It was worse than a raccoon. And then what we found out.
Christ, I thought she was a burglar. I almost shot her twice.
There was a U.S. Army division, trainee division that had to be relocated to our base in SoCal. And they weren't prepared for what Martino, Dominic, he just dressed as a giant penis. And I came down the stairs looking like the most dirty trash whore you could possibly imagine. And I was in really, really good physical condition at that time. 8-pack of abs, the whole works. And they were looking at me, and I just sat down and smoked a cigarette with them and drank a beer. They were like, "What the fuck is wrong with the Navy?" Well, I ended up winning the costume competition. Like, by far. Because my tits were the size of watermelons. Like large watermelons with nice little pokey nipples. But I won. And there's my embarrassing story of the fucking year. There you go.
I only found this so far, and this is one of the years that I did a clown with appliances on my face. Instead of doing just makeup, I had like the whole upper part of my face was shit I had put on my face, like pieces of latex that were molded into shapes. Somewhere, hang on, I've got the whole... This was the year I won a Jägermeister cold drink machine. You put the Jägermeister bottle on top of it and let it get cold and get the shot. I never drank Jägermeister because I hated NyQuil, so I never drank it. I gave that machine actually to one of my buddies for his pool room. But yeah, that was my year as the clown. But I can't find like some of the better shit, like the zombies and all that. And I know it's probably getting close to time. Oh no, I still got a few minutes. I'll dig around if I can find some better fit. And again, that's so old that the quality of the image is terrible and blurry, and it's probably not blurry. It's probably in focus, but it's probably like a 410 pixel resolution, 380, some shit like that. The problem is too much crap. I got 2 terabytes sitting here on one hard drive and 8 on the other. So yeah, it's a lot to go through.
Here's something pretty funny I was going to bring up, but unfortunately I can't do it very easily on my cell phone, even though I'm sitting in front of my desktop. But I've already explained why. Just go to space.com and see what the actual main headline is. You're going to be... You're going to laugh pretty quickly.
Are you doing that, Josh, or am I supposed to be doing that? I'm sorry, I'm still digging through folders like I knew I would start doing it. I didn't quit.
I'm doing it.
You got it? Okay, cool. Oh, wow, there's a picture of Allen Park, of all things. Speaking of... Anyway, go.
Go away.
If you don't get it, I will just announce it.
Son of a bitch. No, I got it.
I just announced.
There we go. Now, because you have not given me any clue, and we may not be talking about the same thing, seeing how the landing page on most websites, especially news websites, tends to change and rotate. So what you saw earlier might not be what's still there. I'm just going to put up what's there now, and you start talking, and we'll see if they match up. What do you think is on the front page of space.com?
Save NASA.
That's the one.
But you also don't have an ad blocker or pop-up blocker.
You're right.
Installed on your browser, which I think you should probably do.
Why?
Because it there's a lot of reasons.
A lot of reasons.
Well, that's an argument, I suppose.
Okay. We can talk about that later when it's not being recorded. But anyways, yes. Save NASA. So apparently this is going to become sort of like a, I don't know, some sort of a movement, even though NASA makes more money than most federal agencies.
Yeah, it smells like it's a movement.
So NASA is thinking its flagship science center during the government shutdown and maybe breaking the law. In the process, critics say. Uh-oh. How do we solve this?
Get rid of NASA? That's just my opinion. I'm probably right.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think NASA's being funded during the shutdown?
Well, no, that's why they had to shut down that fucking satellite, right?
I don't know.
I'm just guessing here. I don't know either. I know that was one of the early videos I actually watched. That was their whole premise, was that's why the government is shut down right now, so that we don't get to see what Alice is really doing. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. I'm glad you're here to help me with this. Wow, is that a flashback picture here, though, or what? I got to show this. This is too good.
Did it even say? I guess that wasn't.
Oh, you're sharing. I forgot. Did I take it from you? I'm sorry. I think I stole it.
I
wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking.
You did. You stole the screen share, but
I did.
I only screen share for you guys. That's not what actually goes out on the internet.
Okay.
Here,
Was this going out on the internet?
No, not yet. I'm still showing my screen. Right. There we go. Now it's going out.
This is an old photo, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware.
Very old photo.
The first T-shirt that Iron Realm Media ever sold is right there on that lovely gentleman, dishwasher extraordinaire, artist to the stars. Love you, brother.
You know, I think I just saw one of him in his IRONWORX shirt too, standing in front of a mural.
Right, in a mural. Yeah, I've got that one floating around somewhere too. But this one is from the original. Like, I think I was still in Oregon when that picture got sent to us. Yep, probably so. Anyway, all right, I just couldn't help but share that when I found it. Let me keep digging. I didn't mean to steal the screen share. My bad. I wasn't thinking. Just excited when I saw Daz.
Hey guys, real quick. I'm having an awesome chat with my team lead, but what was Stanley Kubrick's last movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yep.
Eyes Wide Shut, it's called. Yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah, we were talking moonland and stuff and all that kind of stuff with Kubrick.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm going to be heading out here soon. I love you guys.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Be safe.
Y'all, great weekend out there in the chat. Thank you all for hanging out. Love y'all.
You guys need to TikTok dance. The whole crew. Yeah, the whole crew needs to learn to choreograph a TikTok dance.
I'll work on that. All right, I love you all. I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you too.
So I'm going to continue reading this as well as I can because it's like word salad to a certain point. Second paragraph is, throughout the summer of 2025, Space.com interviewed nearly a dozen current and former NASA workers and reviewed several internal agency communications in an investigation into allegations of unlawful activity by NASA leadership. Allegations supported, it's a hyphen at this point, still one sentence. Allegations supported in a recent report by the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. That's like a wrong sentence like I've never heard before. The conclusion, NASA has been prematurely and illegally implementing the president's 2026 budget request before Congress finalizes funding. This is Space.com. How the fuck are they how are they making money? Ads?
Yep. Ads and private information.
Oh, yeah.
Personal data info. Yeah. Just sell all your metadata. Woohoo!
There is actually a way you can prevent that from happening. And one of them is extraordinarily cheap.
Is it an ad blocker?
No, it's a VPN.
Is this showing? Sorry, I'm interrupting again.
Yes, sir, it is.
There's some of my little appliance work. Oh, someone else. Yeah. I think that was actually just, it was just Elmer's glue and some cotton. So you can do all kind of stuff with Elmer's glue for Halloween. Amazing, like build-ups and stuff. I'm digging. I'm still digging. Go ahead. Sorry. It's not all in one folder. Like there's no Halloween folder, which is what I should probably do at some point. It's just all spread out through hundreds and hundreds of photographs and videos and shit that I haven't seen in 10, 15 years. So it's a process. Plus, I'm also seeing all kind of crazy old flat Earth early days stuff. Like there's that satellite image with the black hole in the in the middle of it, that's supposed to be the pole at the North Pole, and I haven't seen that picture in forever. I don't think you can even find that on the internet anymore, can you? ESA something, I don't know. It's been too long.
Yeah, from like the 80s.
From like
Just
way
shows
back,
the
yeah.
vortex.
Oh no, it's even older than that. This is like black and white. Oh, here, I'll just pop it up since I'm sharing stuff. God damn it, where is it now? ESA 7. It's on the. I just saw it on the thing.
Oh,
whatever you call it. It's really a small, crappy picture. The remarkable photograph taken by ESA 7 satellite, November 1968. There's almost no cloud cover. The ice fields on the surface can be observed, and the hole at the North Pole can clearly be seen.
Has anyone said bullshit yet? Bullshit.
Right. Again, this is all early days stuff here, all this folder. Like, I see there's some Picard in his balloon. There's some them building the frickin' here.
No, all right. Oops. That wasn't the share screen button. They really ought not put those right next to each other.
You just kicked him out.
No, he kicked himself out because they put the share screen right next to the X.
Right,
like a bunch of assholes.
Like a bunch of idiot fucks. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Wait, do I have my camera? Yeah, hang on. Let me cut down some of the kilobytes. Remember these photos that were uncovered back in the day? That's Stonehenge. This Stonehenge that's real and not a facade. That's a repair job they're doing, guys. That's not a construction site. Okay, is this stop sharing or am I going to hang up again? That was just stop sharing.
Winner, chicken dinner. It's a roll of the dice every time.
Every time you click a button. Yes, sir. There's that picture of Disney and Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke. Yeah, there's a lot of gold in this folder. I need to pull this out, have it up front. What is this? Oh, the flappy door on the ISS. That's a flashback too. All right, I need to stop. Flappy door. Flappy door. Flappy, right?
Well, I'm not really sure if you guys are aware of it, but the video game Fallout, they had that first season come out, and the next season it has a trailer for it, which is coming out in December. I think December 12th. But I know people are. I'm a big fan of that actual show, even though I've never played the game. But everyone keeps telling me, including Walt, play the Las Vegas version.
Fucking A, dude. I was talking with Mike about that last night, literally, about how that fucking game, Vegas, sucked my life away for about 6 months. Yep, absolutely. Buckle up and strap in and actually be ready for some flat earth stuff in that game. I'm not going to say anything else. Absolutely. Mind-blowing amounts of flat earth shit in that game.
Buy it right now, then.
Oh, wow. Talk about a fucking play. I got to stop this. I know it's terrible, but look, Josh, remember this?
Oh, yeah. Do I ever?
Anyone have a clue what you're looking at there?
What in the world?
Yeah, that's an early attempt at a have no sphere. HNS is hidden in that photo if you dig around and look at stuff for a second. There's an HNS hidden in that image with the planets electromagnetically connecting, and yeah. That was probably on a tab 4. I threw that together. Anyway, all right, I'll stop. Oh wow, there's my Dune mind Fear is the Mind Killer. That was one of my first attempts at making a meme. One of my few attempts at making a meme. Goodness. Yeah, I'll never find anything that I'm looking for before this show's over. I can see that coming. Wow, there's my videos from the Blood Moon. Good Lord. I definitely have to pull this folder out. In fact, the folder I'm in is literally named Gotta Sort This Shit Soon. Dated from 2018. Just saying.
By soon, you mean within the decade?
Within a decade or three. Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Oh man. Yeah, I couldn't stay up.
Sorry.
You're breaking up a bit, Zack, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been an awesome week, really. We haven't had to do shit. Once we get our setup done, we just close a lane down so we don't have to flag or anything. We just stand there on the side of the road. If they need us, we'll be, ready.
And that's still more than the normal crews are willing to do?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do any of that stuff. No. Up
So
here.
you're having a case of the Fridays? Is that what it is?
All right. I love you guys. I'm going to jump in the truck.
All right.
Have a good day.
Love you too, Zack. Be safe. No, Andrew. I don't think that's right. I think you get your ass kicked for saying something like that.
Thank you, too.
You actually used to play that sound clip all the time.
Yes,
I did.
Well, I didn't, but Josh did.
When you come in on Monday and
Mondays
you're not
and Fridays.
feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man.
No, it's been shit.
Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
But damn, if we're not
So
running
Mondays,
up on it, huh?
people are like, fuck. I gotta go to work. And then Friday, you're like, shit, I gotta go to work. But I don't really care so much anymore. Or as much.
Right.
True. And Saturdays, would they care even less because they don't have to go to work unless they do?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to, but I would say probably.
Don, good luck and blessings.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's pretty much at that time. I'm going to shut up.
I'm glad you're enjoying your new roommates.
Lord. It is that time.
But they don't get in the way, and it's not going to be too much of an ordeal. The sort of empty nest. But we do things. Thanks you guys much.
Thank you guys. Love y'all so much.
We do love you. We will see you back here next week. As far as I can tell. For more of the IRONWORX. So until then, have a happy and safe Halloween. Maybe put out extra candy for all the kids that aren't going to have anything to eat tomorrow. Oh, I forget I said that. Jesus. Otherwise, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.